Hi, Jason Knott, editor of CE Pro, and today I am with Earl Negley, Managing Director of Commercial Sales at Peerless-AV. Hey, Earl.
How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great. We are talking about the outdoor market and how hot that is and where it's heading. But before we jump into kind of the details on how integrators can really be successful in this space, tell us about this exciting new Neptune partial sun outdoor TV line from Peerless-AV.
Well, first, thanks for having me today. Yeah, we're very, very excited. We've been in the outdoor television and display market now for over a decade. We were the very first to bring out a fully sealed display with no fans or filters. But we're now on to our 6th generation of outdoor TVs, believe it or not. And this year, we're introducing our first smart TV through our partnership with LG. We will be layering in the WebOS platform. So customers now will have a native smart television to enjoy in the outdoor space. It will also be our first product in a couple of years, reintroducing a partial sun product. What we're finding is the market, as it matures, customers are better educated. Our dealers want to put them in more places, and partial sun just expands the available options of outdoor placement. So those are the two most significant improvements, and we'll be shipping here in about a week.
Fantastic. All right, let's talk about the outdoor market in general. We know there was quite a surge during the pandemic as people in particular were stuck at home and they realized that they needed to have better entertainment systems for their backyards. You talk to integrators every single day. What are you hearing in terms of this post-pandemic state of the market for outdoor AV?
Yeah, we could not have had a better alignment of planets, candidly, over the last couple of years. The pandemic, and the dwell time at everyone's residences as a result of work from home contributed to a stir-crazy environment where people just needed entertainment. They needed good Wi-Fi outdoors. So it was a perfect alignment of circumstances. And even though 20 and 21 were outstanding years, we've seen aggregate growth of 35 to 40% each of those years in the outdoor television marketplace. We expect this year to be just as dramatic a growth for a number of reasons. Number one, the awareness. Customers are now aware they can get really high performance Wi-Fi access points, or introducing nice outdoor kitchens, and what better things to go with that than outdoor entertainment. There's a lot of Jones keep up with the Jones phenomenon, particularly in the high-end residential marketplace. So we expect that to drive the industry. And clearly, gas prices and airfare is going through the roof right now. So where some people might have made a decision to go on a vacation, they might do a staycation and turn around and invest back into the backyard again. So there's a lot of contributing factors to the ongoing growth, and we expect that to be true this year as well.
So one of the interesting things that we've seen, we just completed our outdoor deep dive study, and it was fascinating to see that the average size of an outdoor project got much larger. We're talking about probably more speakers, even more lighting, more bigger TVs, just nicer gear. Or you see that continuing? Is that a similar experience? Do you see that people are now, instead of just trying to get something into their outdoor space, they're really trying to go with a nice high-end system?
That is absolutely the case. And like any new category that we discover in our industry, or even outside our specific trade industry that's brought in and we get involvement in, as the category matures, there becomes a differentiation in performance. For instance, we went from shade to partial sun this year, and that's just going to allow us to put more product in more spaces. What we're finding is that customers are more aware of higher grade products for the outdoor environment, whether it be a Wi-Fi access point or high-end kitchens, luxury pools, and the same thing goes true with outdoor television. So we expect the natural rise of projects, and there will be a true differentiation of truly high performance. Right now we have partial sun, but you're seeing the whole outdoor category, break into a shade, partial sun, full sun, and we expect to increase our roadmap of product portfolio as well in the future as well.
So for the integrators who perhaps haven't tackled the outdoor AV space yet, what are some of the challenges that they need to be on the lookout for before they jump into this area?
Well, the first thing I would advise any integrator to do, if the outdoor living space is not something they've conquered yet, is get out and network. Talk to associated trades, whether it be high-end hardscapes companies, architects, designers, pool companies, anyone that already owns that space. See if you can create an alliance with them. And that really, through that introduction, opens the gate, makes it a lot easier to capture that business. But it's really word and market awareness. A lot of people still, we're in our 6th generation of products, and they're still unaware there's a specific product built for the outdoor application of why you need an outdoor television, for viewability, for off-axis viewability, for durability, for reliability. And so I always recommend integrators, you talk about it early and you talk about it often. And once you convey the experience, if you're going to be spending a lot of time outdoors this spring, summer, and fall, why not enjoy it? Why not have us add some really high performance outdoor sound and video to accompany your outdoor kitchen? And I think once you communicate that story to a customer, they'll see the value.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, because one of the perennial articles that continues to do well for years and years and years on CE Pro is a basic question of, can I put an outdoor TV or an indoor TV outside? It's something that people are Googling consistently, and I always advise integrators, put an education piece up on your own website that explains the difference between outdoor products and indoor products, and you're going to just naturally attract people who are asking questions about that market. So, and to your point, it's not too late to jump into this space. Things are still on the rise.
Absolutely. Yeah, and to your point about the outdoor purpose-built product, that's why we include a free outdoor tilt mount. Our DNA, we're an 81-year-old company, and our DNA was birthed on mounting solutions. So we've taken that part of the equation completely off the table. We include an outdoor tilt wall mount to ensure that when a customer is installing an outdoor TV or an integrator is putting it on the home, that you don't have to worry about rust and oxidation going down the side of the house. Or if you're paying for a tilt mount, it no longer tilts, or an articulating mount no longer articulates. Those are all important features that are different for an outdoor product versus an indoor.
All right, let's kind of flip it a little bit and do the avoidance of the negative here. What are some of the mistakes that you see that integrators make when they're deploying these outdoor projects or working with landscape architects or whomever? What do they need to do better or differently?
Well, I think for the most part, most of our integration audience is involved in installing outdoor products and have had some experience with outdoor televisions in particular. I think the thing I notice most is placement, taking into consideration sunlight conditions. And that is one of the motivating factors for us to migrate into a partial sun product. Shade works for about 60% of the installs, maybe as high as 70%. But you're still going to get intermittent, like sunlight coming from the east in the sunrise or west sunset. The best thing is to face the television, if possible, north and south, so you're not getting that heat-bearing, intense sunlight in the mornings or the evenings sustained, 3-4 hours, facing it east or west. So the partial sun is going to allow us to put our product in more places than we ever could, and that's valuable to the integration space. So placement's a big deal. All of our panels, for instance, have IPS in it, and that's one of the values of the LG partnership that we have. Is we use all the LG IPS panels, which allow a customer to view the display 178 degrees off axis. So not only placement, but the ability to view it off axis, because in an outdoor space versus an indoor, you're not constrained by maybe a 14 by 20 room. You might have a pool that is a 50-meter pool or a 25-meter pool, and that's going to require a lot of off axis viewing. So I would say those two things are far and away the biggest considerations for the more mature installers. For those that are maybe just getting into the category, best practices of installation, making sure that the display isn't on an outdoor mount, that the cabling is secure up into the cubby, and that any pressure plate or cover is secured and fastened so the television has full ingress protection. So those are probably the three things that I would point out.
That's great advice. And so for an integrator who is, just getting into the market, or maybe even he's in the market already and he's coming upon a more complex job, how can he kind of lean on or get assistance from Peerless-AV? Do you help them with some of those design criteria and some of those questions that they might run into?
Absolutely. We have all kinds of training events throughout the summer. If you need your staff, if you're an integrator, we'll train as small as a staff of 6 to 8 just to make it efficient. Reach out to us at Peerless-AV. I'm sure you'll provide contact information after this call, but we have all kinds of videos all the way from the unboxing experience to make sure that, when you uncap the display, we've now integrated handles to the back of the display. That was feedback from the dealer industry, to where you can easily lift the display. You don't try to grab it from the top and pressure crack the top of the LCD or LED panel. Installation videos, and then all the features and benefits. So we provide our integration network and our distributors a vast amount of resources all the way through marketing. If you've got a nice website, you need some of our videos or images and such, all you have to do is reach out to us and we'll provide those.
All right, some great advice, and integrators, especially now that things are warming up here, are really going to start tackling this outdoor space. Earl Negley, thanks for joining CE Pro today.
Jason, it's always a pleasure. Have a great summer.